Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about AI and how it doesn't represent activists and advocates when they're trying to get a serious issue put out. I'm going to show you also some screenshots of the questions I asked and the responses it gave when trying to make an image to depict the serious situation that's going on in America right now. And the situation is how people don't want to face suffering or drama to save their peace of mind. Where I'll also show you the image that I made after AI was incapable of fulfilling my request. So let's go into the topic. AI doesn't clearly express what you want to say in any message that's serious. So here's the message. As you can see, the message I'm trying to bring is basically anyone who turns away from holding accountable these representatives who want to just do whatever they want and violate the Constitution and violate their oaths, where that is what has gotten me into this situation, has gotten me into activism and advocating, as due to the corruption in the courthouses and family courts in particular. Without AI fully wanting to represent both sides of an argument or a conversation or debate or dispute or any disagreement, then AI is performing in a biased way. It's unlawful when you reflect it against the Bill of Rights and the Constitution of the United States of America. And I understand they're trying to reduce violence and reduce the arguments, but without any arguments at all, there's no progressing. With all the disagreements and disruption that they're just ignoring, the suffering and drama the Lord God brings to their table. It comes down to state representatives, it comes down to church leaders, and it comes down to community leaders, all who are trying to ignore the seriousness of the situations out here. And as my picture shows, that's just endorsing the devil's philosophy of where the greatest trick the devil ever pulled on the world was making believe he didn't exist. As in my case, the court system I dealt with, they must have been using AI for over 10 years now, because the reflection of how they just want to ignore and conceal the evidence and the statements of the truth of my situation that I've gone through, they just want to accept one side of the story, which has been fabricated lies by 3 different people that's been conspired together. And I have written statements where they all said the exact same thing. And the person in that situation is doing their job in the right, proper investigation. They see that 3 people that says the exact same thing is usually a conspired story. But if a story is told in 3 different perspectives, then the story is more truthful. When I started out, my argument wasn't against the investigators. My argument was against them not doing their job fully. And that turned into a completely negative cycle. It's led throughout all these years where now, because of the harm and damage they've done to my life, they've accumulated a debt of $133 million. I'm not sure if it's AI or just people afraid to face the drama out here, but they don't want to acknowledge what's going on. As in, we're supposed to be holding representatives accountable within all branches of government who violate their oaths and made vows to uphold and honor the Constitution, and who are now not fully honoring the Constitution, but such as what I bring to them, how they violated my religious rights when I wanted to raise my children a proper way. But instead of focusing on the actual issues out here, they got you chasing around this green life movement, like, let's make everything ecosystem friendly. But how are you going to make everything ecosystem friendly, but at the same time be endorsing, ignoring the fact that children are being kidnapped from good, valid parents? Just because the parents doesn't agree with the representative's corruption or their criminal mischief, such as endorsing abortion or anything else out here. So my recommendation to any activist or advocate out here who actually wants to speak on a serious issue and actually wants to stand for a serious cause, then I don't recommend they use AI. Because AI is incapable to acknowledge what's really going on out here, and it creates a biased conclusion where it ignores suffering, it ignores drama, which that's negligence. When I tried using AI, it wasn't able to fully capture the image that I requested and to bring that understanding to other people's acknowledgement who may be in similar situations as I am. And I understand they want to keep their heads focused on AI progression. And I get it, because I don't want to fully pull away from my projects when I'm focused on the task that I'm working on. But we still have to be able to pull ourselves out and put the right calculations into the projects so the proper messages can be depicted, so the seriousness of situations can also be shown along with the enjoyment and fulfillment of reality in life. Let them know you heard it from Kaufman News right here by your subscribing to speak a bold message to people who just want to plug up their ears.